Christopher Columbus, famous for his discovery of the Americas, was not actually the first European to set foot on the continent. In fact, his discovery was made hundreds of years after the Vikings had established a settlement in Newfoundland, Canada. But despite this, Columbus is still credited with opening up the Americas to exploration and colonization by Europeans. So where did Columbus come from? Let's find out. Christopher Columbus was born in the city of Genoa in the Republic of Genoa. This is now part of Italy. But at the time, it was an independent Italian maritime republic. Happened in the year 1451. His father was a wool merchant, and his mother was a homemaker. As a young man, Columbus traveled extensively throughout the Mediterranean Sea. He worked as a sailor on merchant ships, and it was during this time that he developed his skills as a navigator and explorer. Although he was born in Italy, he wasn't Italian. At the time, Italy was divided into several independent states, including the Republic of Venice, the Republic of Florence, and the Republic of Genoa. Italy would not become a unified country until 1861, so at the time, Columbus's nationality would have been Genoese. As a young man, Columbus received very little formal education. He was taught basic subjects like reading, writing, and math by his mother, and he learned about navigation and sailing from his father and other family members, who were also sailors. However, he was an avid reader, and he spent many hours in the local library reading about geography, astronomy, and other topics related to seafaring. One of the reasons why Columbus became a sailor is because of his family's influence. As I mentioned earlier, his father and some of his other relatives were sailors. So he grew up around the sea, and it was only natural that he would eventually become a sailor himself. Another reason was because of the economic opportunities that were available to sailors. During the late Middle Ages and the Renaissance, there was a lot of trade going on between Europe and Asia, and sailors were in high demand. This meant that there was a lot of money to be made as a sailor, and this was very appealing to Columbus, who was from a relatively poor family. Finally, Columbus was motivated by a desire to explore unknown lands and to learn about different cultures. He was curious about the world and he wanted to see what was out there beyond the Mediterranean Sea. In 1477, Columbus set sail on his first major voyage. He was part of a group of merchants from Genoa who were sailing to the coast of Africa. This was a long and dangerous journey, but Columbus's skills as a sailor quickly became apparent. He helped the ship navigate through rough seas and avoid dangerous storms. And when they reached the African coast, he was instrumental in trading for valuable goods that they brought back to Genoa. This voyage and others like it helped to establish Columbus's reputation as a skilled sailor and explorer, which would eventually lead him to his famous voyage to the Americas. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.